Oh, hi everyone. Now, I'm afraid to say that Alice couldn't make it this evening. Unfortunately, her tooth is giving her a lot of pain. She can barely talk. So thank you very much to Hans, first of all, straight away, for picking up and playing a one-shot for us. And thank you very much, Kate, for coming along and being an additional player for us. Thank you both very much. I'm simply going to run through our social links. Check out our Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Please, there's no such thing as social distancing in the 21st century. Check out those links and come and join us. Also, check out our sponsors, Hero Forge, for all of your miniature needs. Mage Hand Press for expansions in all of the realms of D&D, including fantastic things like the Bro School Paladin, okay? Work hard, play hard being one of the tenets. And also check out the Deck of Many. The Deck of Many Things is... a wonderful addition to any game to up the chaos. And they also make Humblewood, which you can find tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST as I run the Humblewood campaign. We have a new sponsor in Dungeon Fog for all of your map needs. You can see their logo on screen right now in the top right. Go and check out their website, dungeonfog.com. It's a lot of fun. You can get a free subscription over there and start playing with stuff, and then maybe that'll tempt you to upgrade to something else as well. There will be a special code coming for that very, 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 very soon. Without any further ado, I will hand over to Hans. Hans, thank you so much for picking up this game.
Oh, hi. I was not that ready, but that's okay. That's how we learn things, right? Is we learn them by doing. So I'm here to present a game. It will be an Eberron. That's all the things I'm promising. I am going to turn on my captioner because I told Scrat I would do that when I started talking. And better late than never. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Shards of Cerberus. Remember that if you get a chance, check out Alice's Patreon. I would usually do that at this point when we're talking about Alice, but her tooth is hurting her, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go around in the order that I see on the screen clockwise, starting with Kate, and we're going to introduce everybody. So, hi, Kate. How are you?
Hi. How are you? Wait, me, Kate? Or is there
That's you.
I don't know. Hello. Hi. My name is Kate. I was about to go to bed like 30 minutes ago. Very excited to be here, but I'm a little like, woo. I am the DM at D20 Error, which is a Twitch stream. We've been doing a lot of playing recently since we've all been stuck in our houses, so it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Oda today.
That's awesome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we're going to keep going around to Gambit.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing good. I'm stoked to be playing with y'all.
All right. Simple and sweet. That's all we need. And we're going to keep going around to Harold.
Hi, everybody. I'm Harold. I'll be playing Badger, a shifter artificer. And this is my first stream ever. So,
Nice.
Good to be here.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, last but not least, Faye, how are you?
Hello. Hi, Hans. I'm doing well. My name is Faye, and I'm going to be playing Cinnamon Isle Leaf, the teenage elf rogue.
I'm always a big fan of Cinnamon. And Faye, I didn't get a chance to do this off mic with you, so we're just going to do this live. I was thinking this is going to be a Cinnamon prequel episode. How do you feel about that?
That sounds great.
So we'll have a very slightly younger Cinnamon for today's episode. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to describe our scene, and then that'll give me a chance to like backfill a little bit here and put in a couple of names. And then once I've got that done, we can get into our adventure, which is being called Paper Birds. And we'll find out what that means in just a second. So we are in the city of Sharn. If you've got your Eberron Rising in the last war, there's a district or like a pie slice of Sharn, which is this gigantic city that's basically built all in towers going up. So one of these pie slices is called Tavik's Landing. And then it gets divided into like upper, middle, and lower, and it's very classist and bad. So in the very bottom, we've got the lower part of Tavik's Landing, and there's a district called Cogsgate, which sounds cool. It's a giant warehouse district, and it gets used for a lot of things. There's mercenary camps that go out of there, etc. But right now what we're dealing with is a competition. And you all are forming a team. by lots, not because you know each other or anything like that, but you have been assigned this team where you'll be competing for a prize with a capital P. It's very vague at this point exactly what you might be getting, but I'm sure that I will reveal that in due time, mere seconds from now. What I would like to do is go around and kind of describe what each character looks like as a sit or like plan. You're in this pre-planning session. I don't even think it's a sit. I think it's standing in a small huddle before the bell or the whistle goes. So let's talk about Oda. What does Oda look like? What kind of character is Oda?
All right. Oda is a rock gnome cleric. They have spiky, kind of almost like pixie cut, kind of like it looks like it started as a mohawk, but then has slowly kind of faded and like gone everywhere, kind of with frazzledness. Just wearing simple leathers, basics brown everywhere, has a large gold symbol of a sun on their front. It's kind of just looks a little rough around the edges, but for the most part, grinning excitedly.
Perfect. I'm sure Oda will be a joy in the team and will really contribute a lot. Let's continue on to Gambit with Vanahorn.
Alrighty, I am playing a half-elf male with cropped hair, but really hidden underneath a very long, flowy bandana. He's wearing a sleeveless leather armor, short sword at his side, and I believe he is also very happy to be here.
Number 3, we're going to go around to Harold to talk about your character, Badger.
All right. He's a shifter. So his face is fairly lean from his background. He's got shoulder length brown hair, which is tied back. His clothes are well made but simple. He's got a white shirt, dark blue vest, brown trousers. He's got a hand axe and a dagger. His eyes are green, but they've got that glint of like that a cat gets when the light hits it just right, and especially at night. And yeah, he's definitely excited for the competition.
Awesome. Okay, Faye, do you want to introduce us to the slightly younger Cinnamon?
Sure. So I think we're going to make Cinnamon 14 because she's 16 in the original campaign. So this is going to be great. She is a very small elf rogue. So she's about 4'10", blonde hair pulled back into a blue spun, dressed in kind of greens and yellows, simple traveling clothes. She has her weapons kind of, on her. She is introducing herself to everyone in sight.
Awesome. This being a fairly simple competition, there are only 8 people participating. There's your team and another team. They're all kind of clustered together, huddling right now, talking about their team name, which is the first assignment you've been given. Name your team. So I'm going to give you a moment for you all to talk about what you want to name your team while this other team names themselves.
I'd say the name of our team would have to include a very powerful animal to, I don't know if it strike fear in their heart, but have a good impression.
I love animals. We could name it after an anteater. There's a lot of those in my forest.
I'm not sure anteaters are very powerful or fierce, at least.
I mean, they do eat a lot of ants in one go.
And ants are relatively strong for their size, but
That is true. I've heard that actually. They're very like small but big, you know.
And their tongues are terrifying. It's just, it comes out so long.
That is true. That's true.
it's terrifying to ants.
Okay, let's hear your idea then. Do you have something?
Let's see here. A kite. It's a hunting bird.
In the same vein, we could go with something more classic, like a hawk.
Yeah.
We should add an adjective in the front and make it like an H hawk.
An ant
Like an-
eating hawk, maybe combine the two.
That would be terrifying.
That's true.
A flying anteater with a huge beak, I would be scared.
That's yeah.
Okay, I think we got something right here.
So we're the anteater hawks.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's create
Guys, we're going to
havoc.
do so well. We're going to totally win this competition.
We've got this.
Okay. Would
This is
everybody
all
make a
your-
perception check at this point?
Oh, that's right. We can just use.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with the roll 20, go ahead and use the roll 20. I'm motioning where it is on my screen.
Okay.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. I figured it out.
That's everybody. Yeah. Okay. I can count to 4 people. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Van Horn. You're feeling particularly perceptive when you turn and look. One of the members of the other team, a very slight Kalishtar person, probably around 18 years old, with like long flowing white hair pulled back into like a man bun type thing. They're leaning over very close, like listening to what you're naming your team, like they're trying to get ideas for their team. And as soon as you turn and look at them, they scurry back to the other group.
Oh, we have a spy, and I believe at this point, if they're spying on us, their name sucks.
Yeah. They've got nothing. We've got this.
What if, though, they decide to go with our name first, and then we're left scrambling at the very last second? Backup name. Now.
Yes.
Bears.
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 Adjective.
Adjective.
Owl.
The bear owls.
The owl bear.
Oh, owl bear.
The owl bears.
Yes. Adjective, though, because owl is not an adjective. It's a name. It's a noun, pardon me.
Owlish.
The owlish bear. Backup name. I like this.
Okay. So we're either the anteater hawks or the owlish bears.
Primary anteater ox. Backup owlish bear.
Owlish
And
bears.
I'm going to turn around. Is he still listening or is he gone?
They're all huddled, but they are casting glances back in your direction, like all of them. And one of them is a halfling-sized halfling who is dressed in very primal, like leather outfit. She looks very fierce, and she has a battle axe across her back. And she's pointing over at you, and she makes a rude gesture as you turn and look at them.
Cinnamon
one
would
back.
like to intimidate them back.
That's fine. Let's
And by
do
that-
this intimidation.
I mean, she sticks out her tongue menacingly. Just
I am definitely rolling an intimidation versus you.
Okay. I don't think I'm very good at this. Oh, 15.
Oh, but this halfling is practiced, and despite your very intimidating tongue being stuck out, she turns and looks at you, and she makes the rude gesture harder.
Don't let go. Keep doing it.
That's not okay.
I stick my tongue out further like an anteater, but I am intimidated.
So that's gone this well so far. There is a person who seems to be taking over and kind of leading this competition. They come up to the front. There's a short podium that they get onto. They are a human man. They're older, like probably in their 50s. They're short. Their hair is in a very like nice part, short on the sides. They're wearing a vest that overlaps with a lot of different glamour weave colors. So it kind of does like an iridescent, kind of like butterfly wing effect. And they have very clean pressed black pants, and they're wearing gloves. And they come up to the front and they say, "Very well. It's nice to meet you all. I'm glad everyone's already been divided into teams. None of that busy work, anything like that. My name is Tyler DeCanneth, and I will be the host for your competition today. This competition is very simple. Please don't interrupt me. I will be presenting all of my points, and then at the end, there will be question time." One of the other team members puts their hand up. At the end, there will be question time. So we have here, and he holds out a tray, like a big silver tray. I got to figure out where my mic is. And with that, it has on it 3 paper birds. So a paper bird is a means of sending a magical message. So they're not terribly unfamiliar. But what Tyler says to you all is, these 3 birds, instead of being the typical kind where you send them to someone in particular, I have them spelled so that they will go on to our obstacle course. I should turn on my captioner. And while they are on the obstacle course, they will land where they could be found. there are 3 birds for one team and an identical 3 birds for another team. And what you're going to do is you're going to find your 3 birds and bring them back here before the other team. If you do this, you will win. Do we have any questions?
I'm going to raise my hand.
Oh, okay. Let's roll initiative. Did you get your hand up before then?
17.
Oh no, I am rolling 18s all day today. That's going to keep going. Okay, so they have their hand up just a second before yours. And this is a Warforged. They look like they're dressed in like a long robe with no sleeves. It's like red with some cog type swirls and patterns on it. They put their hand up and they say, "Are we allowed to interfere with the other team?" And the test master, Tyler, says, "No, you are not allowed to interfere with the other team. These are 2 totally separate teams, but you do have to be the fastest if you want to win." We had another question, and he points at you.
Is it allowed to steal the other team's bird if we find them?
One moment. He turns and walks off stage. He's talking to somebody else. They start putting their hands up, very animated. He's like hitting his hand with his other hand like this. The other person is like, they look disturbed by this whole process. He comes back and says, "No, it will not be allowed for you to interfere with the other team. You must win this contest by your own merit. You may not steal the birds from the other team. They are actually each a matched set." Any further questions? Last chance.
Is there a time limit?
Is there a time limit? Well, if we're here until dinner, that's going to be too long. I will probably leave if we're here that long. But I would probably have like an assistant come back. Yes. All right. Yes. Another question.
What is the prize?
What is the prize? That's an excellent question. You will win. And he turns and he shows you a little gadget, which is like a little circular wheel, and it has 3 little slots in it. He says, "This is a summoning device of my own creation, which is used to power things like airships, lightning rails, and so forth, and it will hold the 3 gems that you must retrieve from the paper birds perfectly like this, in which point I will give you this device."
I turn to the others. I want to win.
And fancy.
Looks expensive.
So with that, let me find out your team names for our scoreboard. And he points at the scoreboard that is over to his side, which is just a big black slate. But he says, which team, he points at you all, what is your team name? And so this is for you all.
Team Anteater
Yes.
Hawk.
Anteater Hawk.
Hawk.
An Anteater Hawk.
Hawks.
Yes. All right. Anteater Hawks. And he like taps it with a wand. He taps it with a wand and it comes up on the board. And so now your team name says Team Anteater Hawks. Did I get that right?
Yes. And make a rude gesture at the other team.
They receive the rude gesture with glares. And so he turns and points and says, all right, what's your team? And the 4th member, the one that you have not seen yet, so you've seen their rogue, you've seen the halfling who was very rude to you all, you've seen the warforged, and their 4th member is a hobgoblin, and they're dressed in black leather with lots of studs on it. They've got like a cool like do-rag type cap. And they say, our team name is Team Mighty Raptor. And so he says, all right, very well, Team Mighty Raptor, and he points his wand, and that goes up on the board behind you as well. So now we have Team Anteater Hawks versus Team Mighty Raptor. All right.
You got the better name, you guys. We did it.
We do. I think we're much more intimidating.
And original.
Yeah.
Mighty Raptors.
Yeah, Mighty Raptor. I bet it was the halfling that came up with that one.
We're going to give you just 1 minute to strategize with your team, and then we will release you into the course. And Team Mighty Raptor will be on this side, and he points in there a set of doors that are marked blue. And then he points and says, and Team Anteater Hawks will be on this side, and he points at a set of doors that are marked that are red. Go ahead and begin conversing with your team.
I'm going to keep an eye on the team. Basically, I'm going to be looking at all of the other teams to make sure they're not at any point able to listen to our conversation.
Good idea.
What are you all good at doing? I'm really good at stealing things. Oh, you're good at healing things. Okay.
I'm good at healing and I'm good at helping people. I've got a really nifty cantrip, so.
I'm gonna say loudly, I am very good at hitting things hard.
I'm pretty good at seeing things.
Okay.
Well, we've got this. We'll find them.
Yeah.
Right. We will. However, I am under the sneaking suspicion that they will run interference. I'm willing to play
Most likely.
this by the book, but I'm pretty sure they're not.
Yes. Now they said we can't interfere, but they didn't say we couldn't fight back if they interfere with us. So
That is true.
Touche.
That's true.
And if they don't catch us, who's to say we interfered?
yeah.
Well, I don't know about that because, like, then we would be interfering and then that'd be lying. You know, that's not good.
In the end, it could come back and bite us in the butt.
Yeah.
Although I like what you're thinking about, it's risky.
Okay. So after this short discussion, you see the other team. Van Horn's been watching this whole time. They didn't get a chance to do anything where they seemed to really be listening in on you, but they did look in your direction quite often. And there was a moment where it looked like this rogue was thinking about walking over towards you, but then he kind of sat back instead. Didn't do that. So you may have averted that crisis. So with that, the person who's over to the side, the assistant to Tyler, she hands him this sheet of paper and he goes, all right, I'm sorry, I didn't cover all of the rules of the competition. Again, this is very simple. There are only 2 rules I failed to mention during the first part. Number 1, you have to state your colors. Red team, Team Anteater Hawks, you cannot go through the blue doors. Team Mighty Raptor, you cannot go through the red doors. Do not do it. If you do, it will be grounds for disqualification. Number 2, your team must stay together. You cannot have half of your team go one way and half of your team go another way. You must all 4 of you be together at all times. Those are the rules of the competition. Are there any further questions?
Raise my hand.
Yes.
Are there colored doors where we're going aside from these ones?
If you encounter colored doors, and if they are of the wrong color, do not go through them.
Gotcha.
That's probably some sort of testing facility error or something like that. All right, very good. He stands now on top of his podium. His assistant stands next to him. They're each holding a big silver tray that has 3 birds on top of it. He says, all right. And of course, remember, this is a competition for adventurers. So as you go through it, expect things to change as you go. Get ready. Get set.
I'm going to lean over slightly and whoever's nearest to me, I'm going to cast guidance on them. Whoever's closest to me, just...
Yeah, Oda, who do you think is closest to you?
I'll do Badger.
Okay. Very good, very good.
Just a
So with
little
that,
pat.
yeah, you get a little guidance pat. That's very good.
Oh, thank you.
So they each take their silver trays and they're holding them up in front of them and they go on the count of 3. Ready, set, go. And when they throw their trays up to about their head height, the birds all take off. They fly over the little wall in the direction of the blue doors and the direction of the red doors. The dogs bark in the distance. And then they fly, 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 fly. The dogs are going to bark no matter what I say. I might as well give them part of the story. And as the birds fly off, you see them start to settle down somewhere over this wall. So there must be holes or something the birds can get through. And with that, they say, all right, the birds have been deployed. Go. And the other team madly scrambles for their blue doors.
As he says go, I would like to use deception to yell at the other team, your shoe is untied.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. It's really good. A 7's really good. Let me oppose that with an insight roll. We're going to go with the
18.
lowest of the insight rolls. So we're going to go with the halfling. Oh, no, even the halfling was not fooled.
Oof.
They are on their game, and they say to themselves, no way. I don't even have shoes. They're not even wearing shoes right now. And with that, they just keep running.
I
That was a
tried.
good try. Very good try.
Quickly
So-
whip it open the door, heading in.
Yes. So you guys have a series of red doors. There's 4 of them. So you could each go through individual doors or you can all go through the same door. How are you doing this?
He did say for us to stick together, all
We
in
have to
one
stay
door.
together.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Same
all
door.
have to go through one door.
Yes.
Okay,
Someone
Also-
roll a d4.
Someone roll a d4.
we can do that. That's what roll 20.
Three's the magic number. Third door.
Third door.
Third door. Okay,
Third
so you go through
door.
the third door. Now, let's talk about everybody's relative size. How big is Van Horn?
I would say medium, about 5'6".
Yeah, and how broad? Like, are you wearing a lot of armor? Do you have like some big protruding gear or anything like that?
No, everything is streamlined for
Okay, streamlined.
maximum acrobatics.
That's great. And how about Cinnamon?
She's a small person. She's like 4'10", slim. All of her stuff is also compact.
Okay, very good. How about Badger?
Same. He's 5'11", but he's also very thin for his height. So almost gaunt.
Okay.
Team
And
thin.
then
No
how
bulky
about
armor.
Oda? Yeah, no bulky armor.
Oda
How is- Mhm.
is about 3 feet tall. So little short, little a bit having a bit of difficulty keeping up with how fast everyone else is moving, but very small.
Okay. So with all those things in mind, you were able to go through the store relatively together, like 2 by 2. You can fit through this 5-foot door. So you pass through it, and you have just gone through a wooden wall that was just a couple of planks thick, not very thick at all, like 6 inches. And now that you're on the other side, you're standing in front of an obstacle course. So there's just a big open area in front of you. Cogsgate is a warehouse district. So what somebody has done is taken like a football field size length of ground, and they've just laid it open in front of you. And you see there are 3 distinct red lines that go to 3 different paths. One of these seems to be a wooden wall, like one would scale over, and it's going off into the distance. It has sides to it. The sides go up about 15 feet, and the wall itself is about 12 feet. We're going to say that roughly makes sense. Let's say the walls are about 18 feet, and the part you climb over is about 12 feet. There's a center path where it looks like kind of like a mine building. Somebody's built like a very square shed, like your very first Minecraft house, and it just goes straight back. And then over to your right, there's a third path, and that is just a big, muddy, open pit. So the floor is trenched out, and it has, you can't tell how deep, but it has a deep bit of mud there. And there are, what's the term? Like scaffolds up and around it. So as a team, do you want to go left, right, or center?
I can scale walls like no tomorrow.
Me too.
I'm willing to try it.
We can
Okay.
try.
We can help each other. We
We
both
can lift
take-
you up, Oda.
We can boost you.
That'd
Yep.
be helpful.
We got. I assume one of us has rope, so we could lower it down for the others. Whoever gets up top first.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
have
I
rope.
do have rope. Okay. I like this. Eberron Ninja Warrior.
Perfect. So with that, you all are heading to the left. Now here's how we're going to do this. We're going to do this as a series of group skill checks, and we're going to try to get you guys to have a certain number of points to see how you do compared to the other team. So this is skill check 1, where we're going to have an athletics competition to get over the wall up to the top. So everybody's going to roll athletics unless you have some sort of compelling argument, and we're going to put those numbers together. Badger's on board. Okay, good.
Oh,
Oh no.
I have this feat called Second Story where climbing no longer costs you extra movement, and when you make a running jump, the distance you cover increases by +4 feet. I don't know if that is helpful in any way.
That's a good question. I would say, like, what do you want to do with it? What are you thinking this feat's going to do for you?
Can I start off by running and then leaping up 4 feet
Sure.
and having less
Sure.
to climb?
There we go. Let's
Maybe?
do that. Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
The good news is no matter what, you are all passing the skill challenge so far. So things are going really good.
Yikes.
Okay, and that made up for you. So it's perfect. So Cinnamon got like a running leap. Everything's going really good. These logs are coated with grease. And you found that out when you made the running jump and attached yourself to the wall. It just went,
No.
but everybody else is getting up the wall, and between you all, you got up there with very little effort. You are all now hands covered with grease, and like the fronts of your shirts are covered with grease. It's like a fine industrial grease, so it doesn't have a bad odor. It's just greasy.
You.
So Yeah. Now the other
Ew.
side, right. Basically ew is what I'm going for. Now the other side of this wall, which was set up like this, is this very sharp arc that's a downward sloping dirt hill. It is extremely greasy from all this grease that they continue to be using, and it looks like it's set up like a giant slide. You're at the top. What do you want to do?
I say we all hold on to each other's shoulders like a bobsled, and we all slide down together.
Good idea. We'll stick together.
Without that grease, I'm not sure if we're gonna stick together more than slide away from each other.
Slide. Yeah. Same idea.
Okay,
All right,
Who
who's going
wants to
first?
go first?
that's right. All you
I'll
have to
go
do
first.
is slide. Perfect. Let's see. I can't think of a compelling skill for sliding. Does anybody have anything in particular they think sliding is?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
Let's do
Acrobatics.
that. Let's do
Awesome.
that. Some of you are going to be good at acrobatics, and I don't feel like you should be deprived of that. So, Oda,
Oh,
you're going to
no.
slide first. Yeah. Okay. Well, we've already got some acrobatics rolls going in here.
Gonna give. No, I
Ooh.
won't. That's fine.
Everyone did great. You are all so good at sliding. Hey, here's the really fun thing. When you guys start sliding down about halfway, little like sharp spikes started poking up out of this, and you all managed to avoid them.
Oh, that's not fair.
I go down like it's a roller coaster, like with my hands up like this. Yay!
Bat is rolling left and right to avoid the spike.
At the
How
very
about
end, it's
Van
like.
Very nice. Very nice. How about Van Horn? Any good antics on the slope?
I beg your pardon.
Any good antics for Van Horn on the slope? Anything interesting you're doing on the way down?
I am having a blast and I want to go again.
Okay, very good. How about Oda?
You know what? I think Oda's a little scared of heights, so going down just like and then when we're down, they're like, okay.
Can we do like the mom or dad move, just putting our arm over so she doesn't fall over?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
That
Okay.
was amazing. We should totally do that again.
Let's
After-
not.
After the competition, we got to get those birds.
So speaking of which, you've now gotten down, like you slid a couple extra feet off of this course, and there's a big straight red line pointing in front of you, and it's going forward. You've only got about 50 feet you have to run, and then it just kind of like goes over a little lip. And as you get closer to it, you can see there is a large pile of paper trash that has been just kind of like thrown into a pit. It's not a very big pit, it's about 10 by 10, but it is full of little wadded up scraps of paper. And this is where your line ends.
I'd like to do a quick check to see if there's not like spikes under all that paper.
That's a
Can
really good, yeah.
How deep is that pit?
That's a good question. So, are we going to go for like a perception check? Is that what you're thinking?
Precisely.
Let's do that. Okay.
16.
In classic DM mode, I say, as far as you know, there are no spikes hidden underneath the paper. The pit seems to be about 5 feet deep. So maybe a little deep for Oda, maybe okay for everyone else. Maybe, I guess it's even Sim. It's like right there, right? So like, it's going to go down a ways, but it just seems to be paper. And you can feel there's a fairly sturdy bottom. You don't find any sort of holes or hidden traps down there that you can think of.
Does the paper look like the paper that was used to make the paper birds?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Now, we can't exactly burn the paper that's there for fear that it's going to burn the paper bird, correct?
yes.
Now, your
Does
goal here is to
anybody have-
retrieve that little shard.
Goal is the gem.
Yeah.
Does anyone have locate object?
I don't.
No.
I have eyes. Let me locate the object.
If we want to burn the paper, I have sacred flame.
Because you won't burn the shard, right? The little gemstone.
I don't think so.
Here's this, though.
But
We are coated in grease. We are flammable.
This is why we pay you the big bucks to think.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
see, I have an intelligence of 11, so wait 1 sec.
Can anybody do a gust of wind?
Good thinking.
I have this, and I hold up my dagger and my rapier.
Now wave them around really fast. Any change?
Not really.
Oh,
No.
wait.
You feel cooler.
Could I just straight up try and do like a perception check and see if I see it?
Yes, I feel like perception if you're just standing there looking in the pit. Otherwise, if you get in there, it's going to be investigation.
Okay, I'm gonna do perception because I think I do that better.
Badger's going to dive into the paper and start rifling through them.
Okay, that's a good call. I'm going to say for Cinnamon, you really didn't have a chance, and Badger jumping in there did not make it easier for you to spot it on the fly. So at this point, you're probably going to have to get in there.
Okay. I cannonball in.
Okay. You are in a dirt pit. You cannonball down 5 feet. So nothing really serious, but people just kind of went.
That's majestic. Everybody seems fine, so I'm gonna see about going down too.
Okay. Yep.
Anybody needs a hand going down?
Yes, please. Actually, that would be mighty lovely.
Okay, get ready. And I can pick you up from there and drop you in the paper.
Ah!
So Oda, you are in paper up to here. So all you can see is paper. Cinnamon, you're in paper to about here. And everyone else, you've just got lots of paper. So let's go ahead and make some investigation checks. Let's see if we can get in here and find a paper bird in a pile of paper. This is my needle in a haystack.
Oh, 17?
17's pretty good. 17's pretty good for two of you. Yep. It takes time. It's not as quick as you want it to be, but there is one paper after they're all kind of like crumpled, crinkled, and so forth. One of them is very crisply folded. It's very meticulous, very artful, and someone has signed it in the little corner with a little T. And it's heavy. Its body, it feels like it's got a little bit of a counterweight to it. And if you squeeze down, it's something hard. You have found your paper bird.
Yes!
We've got one!
Down.
Yeah, so we've got...
You
Van
just see a
Horn,
little
and we've got
fist
Cinnamon.
poking out from the paper, and that's it.
It's good
Gonna
stuff.
clear some of the paper away from you.
Who wants to hold on to it? Or I guess I'm in paper, so it sounds like, who wants to hold on to it?
You can hold on to the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. You found the anteater name. You get to hold the first one.
You get the first one.
Woohoo!
Awesome. So you're holding this paper bird, and I know one of you is an artificer, and one of you is a cleric. So let's go ahead and make some Arcana rolls, especially if you feel like you're fairly skilled at Arcana. That way we can see if we're going to be expecting what happens.
Oh no.
Pretty good. Yes, very good. If anybody else wants to roll for fun, be prepared. Eberron shards, which this seems to be an Eberron shard you find out, because as you're holding the paper bird, the paper flashes away like flash paper. It's just gone. And of course, I've navigated away from my page where it tells me what treasures look like. So I'm going to stall for a second here and move down to my treasures list. Eberron shards are usually found in like a geode shape. They're rosy in color and they have little crimson swirls going through them. That's what I was going for. So this Eberron shard, as you're holding it, it starts flashing like this. And when it's flashing, the paper in the pit all starts to do the same flash paper way kind of thing. And now you can feel like a gust of wind coming down from on top of you. Like you can feel like a little bit of a breeze on top of your face. And you're noticing from farther away, something is descending upon you. It has large wings like a bat, but a big pudgy body, kind of like a dog. And then you realize it's too big to be a dog. It's more like a lion. And it has a long tail that has a pointed stinger at the end. And this thing is descending upon you. It is a manticore. And it is flying and flapping, and it's definitely homing in directly upon you. And as it reaches about this distance of maybe being about to hit you, we're going to roll for initiative. All right, Manticore initiative. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Wow. Manticores are fast today, guys. This is a day where I roll really high, and it's not a day that I'm happy about it.
That'll be
Alright.
fun. No worries.
Yeah, that's right. And Badger, do you have your initiative? Perfect. Okay, so if anybody can help me remember this, it's going to do wonders for my brain. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over here on the Roll20 map and text if I can remember. We're going to go Cinnamon first, which is always good. Manticore, Van Horn, Oda, and Badger. Nope, Badger going to roll. Okay. That looks pretty good. That's our initiative order. We're going to start with Cinnamon. Cinnamon, there's a Manticore that's about to land on your head. What do you want to do?
How far away is it?
How far away is it? About far enough to be shot with an arrow.
I do not have any arrows. I am going to run out of the way of being able to be sat on by the Manticore, and I'm going to ready an action with my rapier, so that as soon as it lands, I'm going to shank it.
Okay. And your goal is also to be out of the way of it? Is that what you said?
Out of the way of it, and hopefully like close to one of my party members.
Okay. So you're trying to set up like a side situation. That's no problem. Additionally, all that paper's burned away, so you don't have really good cover. You're just kind of off to the side. So, okay. With that, the Manticore is coming towards you all, and it's time to see what sort of frightful Manticore things it can do. It's going to make a whole bunch of attacks, and I feel like we're going to roll a 1d4, and I'm just going to go by map order here, or camera order. So I've got Van Horn, Cinnamon, Badger, Oda. How about I roll a d4? How about that? Okay, so Badger, how's it going? We have a Manticore attacking you.
Raise the shield.
I know. And this is going to be... Yep, we're going to do 3 tail spike attacks. Yikes, that's a lot of tail spikes.
Yeesh.
This is where you're a DM and you're like, well, did I plan this out well? I don't know. Let's find out. 1, 2. Roll20's got to be being used by everybody right now. Wow, that's bad. And number 3. Okay, so how did we do against your AC? We've got a 14, a 25, and a 24.
With my scale and a shield, my AC is 17.
Nice. Okay, so we've got 2 hits, one of which is a natural 20. So with that, we're going to have more fun there as we do some tail spike damage, which is a d8 times 4. Oh, no, sorry, not times 4, plus 3. How about that? I didn't get any of the parts of that right. Okay, so you've got 1 where you're going to take 10 damage. No, I shouldn't do it that way. I should say 7 damage. And 1 where you're going to take 7 damage. So you've taken 14 being poked with tail spikes damage.
Ouch.
Yes, that sounds like an ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
It is Van Horn's turn. This Manticore is frantically poking your teammate.
Could I have like stabbed it now that it's next to me and I've readied my
Absolutely.
action? Okay.
That sounds like a very good plan.
Perfect. Could I also do sneak attack given that it is next to some of my friends?
Yeah, I think they're probably trying to be threatening, so let's say yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's my rapier.
Okay.
Is a 21. I hope that hits.
Oh man, let's hope so. Yep.
Okay.
14 is the number we're looking for, by the way.
All right. So that is 8 damage, and then my sneak attack damage. I think it's 2d6. Yes. All right. Sorry. Let me just roll that real quick.
Did it already roll the sneak attack with the damage?
I think it got you your 8 and your 8 up above.
Oh, got the 8 and the 8. Got it. Okay. Great.
Yep.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
16.
Cool. So it works really well. The Manticores come down in such a way that you're able to like poke right underneath its armpit. So it's very bad. The Manticore does not like that. And it sets it up perfectly for Van Horn to take a turn.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to position myself so I can strike at it, pull out my short sword, and strike at the
Let's do that.
22.
Okay. It is a successful hit for sure.
Of course, I would like to use my sneak attack as well
Yes.
for 16.
Very nice. That's a lot of damage in one round against this Manticore. It is not a happy Manticore. I don't know how one can gauge how happy a Manticore is. I think when it was doing tail spikes at Badger, that was a happy Manticore. But now it's less happy because it's been poked from, I'm imagining personally alternating sides. like Cinnamon's coming in from one angle and Van Horn from the other. So that's definitely not a happy manticore at this point.
It's like
And now-
one armpit, second armpit.
Yeah, ouch. And now Badger, it's time for you to get your turn.
All right, Badger's gonna whip out his hand axe and just hack away.
Okay.
So, let me find the. Where's the attack? Oops. Sorry, that didn't save my.
No problem.
where's that? Come on.
You want to try to push it again? Worst case, we get two of them.
What's
So what you're going to want to do is just like a /R if you need to, and then do a 1d20 plus whatever your modifier is. Let's say 4, like that. You're like scrapped
Yep.
it.
That's better. No.
Perfect. There you go. So it's just a little shy. So you swing at the manticore, but it is ferociously snarling and snapping its teeth at you right there in your face. So that just does not really give you purchase on it. Do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
No. That's all I've got right now.
Okay. And let's move now into Oda's turn.
Okay. For my action, I'd like to use my. Let's do my quarterstaff with 2 hands to try and hit it. Oh, I can just roll it on here. I forget.
Yep, we're doing good here.
So,
So you have hit the
18.
manticore.
For 4 points of. That's unfortunate. Okay. And then for my bonus action, I'd like to cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
at 2nd level. So.
So you
So
do
my-
that. You've
oh.
got your spiritual weapon going. What does it look like?
Well, my patron's Pelor, so I'm gonna say it's a bunch of like apple trees, and whenever it attacks, the apples fall off and hit the creature on its head.
Yes, that is adorable. That is wonderful. I love it.
And I think that I get to attack it with the bonus action. I don't know how to do that on roll 20 though. Are you okay with me just using my dice for that?
I am okay with you doing it, but since you cast the spell's bonus action, aren't you out of bonus actions?
I think it's when I cast the spell. When I cast a spell, I can attack, and then after that, I can use it as a bonus action to attack.
Let's go for it.
I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 16 plus. I guess is it plus 6 for my spell attack? So unnatural 20.
Very nice. Well, you've definitely hit it, so that's good. And now you just have to roll some damage.
Ooh! And then 8 plus 6, which is a 14 for
That's a lot of
damage.
Wow.
That was very lucky. Wow.
Very good. Okay, so
Okay.
let's take 14 points more off here. Okay, on the manticore's turn, the manticore beats its wings and flies up in the air about 10 feet ahead of you all. So it's a little bit higher up, and it says, "Ow! This is just a test!" And it flies off, batting its wings, shaking its tail angrily at you.
Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Who attacked us first?
Just doing my job, pal! And it keeps flying.
Let's just go.
So with that,
That was unexpected.
Huh. I'm gonna, for the minute that it's over, I'm gonna keep my spiritual weapons, but they're just flighting around me, just for effect.
sounds good. I mean, who knows what'll happen in a minute, right? I mean, that guy could come back.
Yeah, that's true.
Are those real apples? I'm gonna try and like reach up and touch one of the apples.
Oda, are they real apples?
No, but I wish they were.
Cinnamon is
Do I have-
exceedingly
Spirits of
disappointed.
apples.
All right, let's keep going. Anybody needs a boost out of this pit of paper?
I think maybe Oda?
Oh, help? Yes. Please.
You got it. Put my hands and then ready to hoist you up over the ledge.
Ah!
All right. So, are you all basically just running back the other direction, down the line the way you came?
There's nothing else but the pit in this room, correct?
Well, again, it's not even a room. You're just standing out in like an open field, but you're following this big red line that went up to this pit, and that's it.
What about the
You're
other side of the pit?
Good question. Nothing on the other side of the pit. It's just like unused space. The instructions are you're supposed to be bringing those stones back. I don't know if I made it clear, but generally you're supposed to go back as you finish each of these lines.
Okay, I was expecting to have to go through like a circuit.
Certain order.
Yeah. That would be good too. Maybe next time I run this, I'll try that. But for right now, it's just three, what's the term? Like projecting lines out from those initial doors.
Then let's rush back. Hopefully we did it before they did. Go.
You guys rush back. As you get to the red doors that lead into the central room, you can see the blue team on the other side. Their Warforged sorcerer is on the other side holding a shard. You're both at the doors. You have like your two team test masters who are there holding their silver trays, and they're like beckoning at you like this, like, come on.
Oh, my walking speed is 35, so I'm gonna dash.
Get
So you're
in.
gonna
Get in.
Cinnamon, go!
Jay's the one who got
Okay.
it. Go.
Cinnamon does a dash, and the Warforged sorcerer thinks he's got like a cool way he's gonna do this. So as you go dashing through the room, let's see if I can do this much faster. Nope. Here's where he fails. So you're at the door and you start running and he goes, aha, and he grabs a shard and just like throws it in the room, and then all of a sudden this big spectral robot hand comes up and grabs it and starts moving it across the room. And it's going pretty fast, but it's not as fast as Cinnamon.
Was
So-
expecting the hand to go and slap the guy in the face.
Ooh, that would be so good. No, it's a mage hand, and he's mage handing the stone across the room, and it's just a little too slow. So Cinnamon, do you want to narrate your victory here as you get this to the tray?
Yeah, and I like slam it down. Throw
And
my
the
hands in
mage-
the air. Yes!
The mage hand
Woo!
goes wah 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 wah, and it just goes tink very gently. It's very anticlimactic.
You did it better.
And Tyler turns to you and says, "The first one goes to the red team. Let's keep going. There's two more."
Oh, run back.
Go.
Roll a
Go.
d4. We'll roll a d4 again.
Yes.
Well, so you've got. Are you gonna try to go through a different one of the four doors? Because it was basically one wall with four doors in it that all go to the same place. It's very
Oh,
deceptive.
okay, got it. I didn't realize that. Okay,
I
never
probably
mind.
did not describe it well.
Never
Okay,
mind.
I was expecting like different rooms in that.
Yeah, me too.
That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Next time again, but I didn't want to set up like 12 things. That would be way too much work. So
Hold on
you
now.
have.
I'm gonna go through. There's different door. I'm gonna go through into the room again, but through a different door.
Oh, you're going to go into the room through a different door. Well, which door do you try? 1, 2, or 4?
Let's go with number 1.
Oh, unfortunately, this is the thing I have prepared. Number 1 is actually locked. So when you went up and you rattled your hand on it, the Warforged sorcerer is now like going at top Warforged speed back into the other room, where his team was all kind of like standing at the door threshold. So in this moment, you are just like rattling the door handle for about half a second. What are you going to do? Are you going to pick that, or are you going to try to just go back through a different door?
I will pick it.
Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Let's have a sleight of hand roll. Okay,
14.
it's good. This is not a hard lock. This is clearly just a locked door. Like they took like a bathroom lock and put it on this door. So you pick it and just straight through. Yes.
I may have lost time on this one, but I'm pretty sure it means something. So I'm gonna go through
That's right.
the unlocked door and run first.
Okay, you're there. So everybody else, I guess you can just turn and walk through door 3, or how are you guys doing that?
Running right through.
Yeah, Cinnamon
Okay.
like goes in, drops it down, dashes right back into the same door.
Nice. Okay. So you have 2 paths you have not explored. You have the straightforward, very small, like wooden building path, and you have over to the right the muddy path with the scaffolding over it.
I say the
Let-
middle path.
Okay, let's do that.
Middle path. You run forward. Again, there's a small wooden building. It's only about 5 feet tall, and it's built in like a real rectangular long fashion. And there's a door at the front of it. It looks very similar to the doors you just went through. It's not red in color, but it is just a door. And when you get close enough to see, you can see there is a lock on the door.
This is you, Van Horn.
All right.
Guidance.
Thank you.
The
And
one
let's
thing I'm good for.
do this.
Oh, very good. Okay, your good news is your practice you just got with the previous door, it's the same lock setup. Like if they went to Home Depot and they bought 5 of the same lock. So you go over there and you just kind of click it and it opens in no time. The door swings wide open and there's a 5-foot room with a door at the other end. Same lock.
Third time's a charm. Got this,
Okay,
Van.
I'm gonna go and still have guidance at this point, right?
Yep. Okay.
Again.
It's the same exact lock. You turn it, you click it, and boom, and the door flies open.
You're so good at this! How are you doing this? Cinnamon's mind is blown. She's like,
The next room.
she's also a rogue, but she's never seen this top-notch work in her life.
I am
good.
sweating.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
you're in the second room now. You've thrown open this door. There is another door. It's the exact same setup.
Do we keep on going deeper at least, or is it
Yeah,
just
exactly. No, it's not some sort of weird illusion. You can see the other room behind you. You've just gone in 5-foot increments. Now you're in your second room in this little building.
Go, Van Horn!
This is not right. This is not right. I'm gonna pick the lock again, but if there's another door again, I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
23.
You're doing really good with these lock pick and rolls. I think, if nothing else, the fact that all of these locks were bought in bulk is really helping you out. Because you walk up, you turn the lock, you're aligning the tumblers the same exact way. It's the same lock again. You open up the door. It's a little bit bigger room. This one's maybe like 10 feet by 10 feet. The door is now on the left-hand side. Just a big square. There's a rug with a table on it. On the table, pitcher.
Before I step into the room, I'd like to see if I can see any. Basically, I'm looking for traps. I'm looking for something that's gonna jump at me, because this is just to make me comfortable, and I don't like this.
Yes. Okay, makes sense.
And Hans, did you say pitcher like a glass, or like a picture?
The first one, not the second one.
Okay.
So we have rug, table, pitcher.
And I have a 19 on perception to spot anything that would just trigger something.
The rug is sitting over a large pit. You can see the edges of it where there's like little tiny like wooden skewers that are like holding this whole thing up. But this is not really so much a rug as it is like a piece of plywood with a rug on top of it. And then they've like the table, you can tell, is like nailed onto the plywood. And the pitcher is probably nailed to the table. You're not really sure about that part, but this is all one unit, and it seems intended to make you run into it and get trapped.
I will prevent the dog from getting in the room first, and then I will point out that the table and the whole thing, that's bait.
How
Is
big
there-
is the rug and the table?
It occupies most of the center of the room. So you've got room to move around the edges, but it's a big table.
Is there
Can-
anything else in the room, or like another door?
Yeah, you have a door to your left. You've got this big table trap in the middle, and then the door you came through.
I'm gonna
We carefully
go around.
kind of edge ourselves around.
I'd like to go to.
At the door.
I'm gonna give the door handle a check.
Okay. And what do you mean by a check?
I'm dumb. I'm gonna try the door handle.
Okay. And just like turn it like so.
Yeah.
Great. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving
I
throw.
figured.
Perfect. You're so good at this. So you're staying there. You're right in front of the door. The door is not a door. When you pull on the door handle, the door falls on top of you.
Oof.
It's just somebody just leaned a door up against a wall with a spring, and they just dropped it on top of you. It did not
Good.
hit you at all. You just jump out of the way.
I would like to be careful not to jump onto the table.
Sure. I mean, you rolled a 19. It's a very good roll.
So there's no opening behind where the door was. It's just like it's part of the wall.
It's just a spring-loaded mechanism that was supposed to splash you like a mousetrap.
So I have a thought. How to get the picture from the middle of the table.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's 4 corners of the rug. Everybody takes a corner. 2 people on the same side then walk their corner to the other ones and pull it to the middle. Pull it back to the other end. Kind of like folding it in half, and then you can just pull it in further.
Let me try this first. Mage hand. I go and grab the picture.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
You have a picture now.
Okay, I look over the picture.
It's
Makes
full of
sense.
very strong-smelling red wine.
I'm sorry, the picture smells strongly of wine.
Yeah, it's wine.
In the picture.
Yeah, it's just
No,
a pitcher
in the
of wine.
water pitcher.
Yeah, your water
Oh.
pitcher is a wine pitcher. I mean, it's close enough, but
I asked the same question too. I was like, picture or pitcher?
yeah, right.
So
I hand
it's
the picture
probably in
over.
the wine.
Can you rattle it? Can you just like rattle it up and down? Does it sound like there's something in it?
Let me rattle the thing.
What it does.
Slosh, 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 slosh. Wine sounds.
Okay, so there's liquid in it. What if it's not wine? I'm going to mage hand and just dump it further away from me.
Okay, okay. You now have wine on the ground. Yes.
Oh man, that's
Did we make a wrong turn or something?
Does the table have any drawers?
No, it's just a very basic Minecraft table. Again, it's like a board with legs.
I have made this Minecraft house.
Yeah.
I think we
So,
all.
unfortunately.
in frustration. I would like to kick the table.
Great.
But if I am to do so, am I going to step on the carpet?
I don't know. I would probably let you make some sort of dexterity saving throw, but you're just kicking a table. I mean, we've all done that. I think you're fine. You kick the
Wanted
table.
to flip it, but that would mean I would be there.
You could try it. I mean, but so again, you've confirmed the table is connected to this rug. The rug is on a sheet of plywood. You feel it like shift slightly from your mighty kick.
Okay, let's go with Badger's idea.
Okay, so you're all picking up this floor and just moving it over is the idea, right?
Yes, we're trying to just
Sure.
uncover the pit.
Great. You do that, and there's a paper bird sitting on the floor in the middle of the pit. The pit's only about 10 feet deep, and there's just a paper bird sitting at the bottom.
You genius.
It's
I
very good.
point at Badger. Rope, somebody wants to crawl down there.
Can't you just mage hand thing again?
I mean, I already have the paper bird in my hand.
And with that, you have another paper bird, thanks to Mage Hand.
Now, I'm going to take a cursory look at the doors. Are they still all open?
They are still all open. So, by
Let's
the way,
run back then.
yeah, the paper bird that you're holding, this is a like the same kind of paper bird, but does that flash paper burn away thing again. And you now are holding a golden, like an amber colored shard with like little golden swirls going through it. This is what's commonly called a Sybaris dragon shard. Like we have our Shards of Sybaris game that we are currently all taking part in. So we've now found 2 of the flavors of, oh, I actually haven't tasted them, but we found 2 of the different kinds of dragon shard. I'm gonna have to ask Alice if dragon shards have flavors later on.
Quick, run back.
Okay, this is
Take
simple.
that
All you have
rock.
to do is, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Cinnamon. Run. And I'm gonna
dash.
pull it right
Skated.
behind.
Dashing,
Dash.
dashing.
Go, Cinnamon,
You-
run.
You're going so fast. And as you get to almost the door, you hear someone say, "Good job, blue team, good job." And when you get inside, you enter the room and the halfling fighter is covered head to toe in dirt and very bruised up. Looks like she's like, scratched and cut up her nose and so forth. And she is reaching up real high to plunk the dragon shard down onto the silver tray.
No.
Running.
Okay.
And go.
She takes the time to stand there and give you a rude gesture while you drop the shard.
I don't know any rude gestures, so I will stick my tongue back out at her.
And so she goes
Ugh.
like this, and she thumbs her nose at you, and then turns and walks slowly back in the door.
I'm gonna run back in the door.
Good stuff, good stuff, good
The
stuff.
blue team is beating us.
Not for long. Go.
Got to go.
We gotta go. We go to the dirt pit.
The
Third path,
dirt-
go.
The dirt path. Did I say dirt path? What I meant to say was big, muddy mud pit. And as soon as you get up to the front of it, it is clearly just a long stretch of very liquid mud. So,
Okay. Anyone has any experience with, mud?
Not since I was like 2.
Is there anything on the other end of the mud pit, or is it just a mud pit?
the mud pit is 50 feet long. And on the other end of it, it is like there is something there. And it looks to you like it's one of those. Have you guys ever played miniature golf and you reach the hole where it's like an anthill? It looks very much like that.
Does somebody have a bow and arrow?
I do.
Really? Okay. Can you, DM, let me know if you can let me do this. Who has another rope? I have one rope.
I have a rope.
Okay.
I have a
Ever.
Okay. We need 2 pieces of rope. One person. You have a staff. Oda, you have a staff.
I do. I'll pull out
Okay.
my staff.
So Van Horn, you're going to shoot this arrow with the rope attached to it into the anthill, and then we're going to tie this other end, because my rope's 50 feet long, to the staff. And then we're going to shoot the other rope a little bit higher and attach it to the upper part of the staff, and then we can scooch on over. Ooh. Like
That-
rope here,
I see what
step on the
you're doing,
rope,
yeah.
and then scooch on over.
I might need some guidance on this.
Hey, guess what, buddy? I'm gonna
And
Okay, so we have a rope tied to this arrow that we're trying to shoot,
Mhm.
and that rope is tied to another rope.
The rope. So we're gonna hold on to one end of it, and then he's gonna shoot it into the anthill, and then I'm gonna tie the other end to Oda's staff that she's gonna hold on to. So not all of us have to go across. Correct?
I can hold it.
Sure, I think it makes sense. So
So it's
yeah, I
basically
think-
going to be like 2 poles,
Mhm.
rope, and then you
Mhm.
step on one rope and you hold on to the other rope, and you.
So you want like a slackline system set up using
Yeah,
this arrow.
yeah,
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I am getting a hang of where this is. Now, in order to keep suspense as high as possible, as you like get this tied set up, so forth, everything's there, you're getting ready, you're aiming. That's where we're gonna take our break. So I guess we'll find out in a second what happens when everybody tries to cross the big muddy mud pit.
Fading you out now. I'm coming across. I'm mute microphone. Your microphone's now muted. I'm also not muted, so everyone can hear me. Hey chat, how you doing? I didn't realize I wasn't muted all this time. Take a break, everyone. Stretch, wash your hands, do all that stuff. See you in a minute. Bye.
We're live. Hey, we are back for more D&D. We are about to have the most epic arrow shot in the history of D&D. No pressure on Van Horn. You just have to fire an arrow across a 50-foot mud pit with 2 ropes tied to it. You got this.
Okay.
I've heard the harder you hit the button, the farther the arrow goes.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm gonna go Pokemon on this and just hold B very tight.
There we go. There we go.
Roll,
Okay.
please.
If
Alright.
you mess up, we have more rope.
Plus, we can just bring it back.
Oh yeah.
We just kept running long time.
Okay. Shoot.
Go, go, go. No pressure.
Ooh, what a shot. What a shot. It's going to go down in Olympics history. So so again, the setting here, it's a big 50-foot run of mud. There's a scaffold that's built over the top of it. At the far end, you see a mini golf anthill style hole. And how's it go? What do you think the shot looks like? And you do have to unmute. I do that all the time.
Yeah. That's. I need to learn. I really want the rope to just stick itself directly into the mound. Bam, straight and as deep as it can.
Okay. So you didn't quite get that, but you got so close. The rope is laying all the way across the anthill. The arrow is like maybe burrowed into the side of the hill itself. It's like when you get that, if you guys have played this miniature golf hole, for me, what always happens is it gets all the way up to the top and then it rolls back down. So you're like right up there at the top of the anthill, kind of poked into the side, but you did not make the natural hole in one, which would have been, phenomenal. This is so good already. I just want to stress that. You shot an arrow 50 feet plus with 2 ropes tied to it. So you have effectively traversed this whole mud pit. That is very good. Well done, Van Horn. So with that, what are you all going to make out of this?
I'm gonna try and scooch on over to the other side of the mud pit.
Okay, awesome.
Before you do that, why don't you hook yourself up to a rope? Just in case you
Oh,
fall
oh,
and then
yeah,
something drags
yeah.
you down, we can at least pull you back out before it gets you.
I'm gonna rappel myself, almost belay myself to the rope,
Yeah.
rock climbing
good.
style.
Yes.
I'm gonna hook it to my belt loop right here
Perfect.
as I go over.
Okay, so with that, you are taking this rope and you are crossing it. I feel like this is an acrobatics roll.
24.
Very nice, very nice. So with that, you're crossing and you're going just over this rope. You're walking on very gentle feet. Everything is going the way you want it to. And suddenly, weighted sandbags start to swing from the left and right. And they are now, they don't quite hit your rope because luckily the rope is set just low enough that everything's working out okay. But I do need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Welcome to
Okay.
Eberron Gladiator.
Here we go.
How far away is she?
How far away is she?
From
10
us?
feet? 10 feet maybe?
I rolled a 22.
She's doing good.
Okay,
That's gonna
after
be fun.
seeing that these are starting to swing, can I cast Bless on her?
Sure. Is there a range on that?
30 feet.
Okay, nice. It's going really good. Everything's great. And yes.
I would like
So-
to knock an arrow in my bow and get ready. If I see another sandbag going our way, I'd like to shoot at it, hopefully maybe emptying its content before it does any real damage to it.
Sure. Go ahead and shoot at a sandbag. The AC is going to be, say, 12 to shoot a sandbag while it's moving.
13.
13. So you shoot it, and the arrow is right there, and sand starts spilling out. But this is a big sandbag. It's probably 30 pounds of sand, so it is taking a little while to empty out.
Are they simply going across and then keep on going? Okay,
Exactly.
that makes even more sense that I do that. I'm going to try to lessen the blow if something happens.
Yeah, there you go. It's good. It's good. So all that's going on. Cinnamon, as you continue to cross, there are 6 of these sandbags in total as you go across the rope, and you are finding yourself at the far end now. You step down off of your rope, and you see that little anthill mini golf area right there in front of you.
So is there just like a hole at the top of the anthill?
Yes, there is. That hole is also covered with what looks like a thin glass sheet.
Okay. I look into it.
Okay, and you see a paper bird sitting there.
Okay. I'm going to check for traps first.
Sure, that's a good idea.
Okay. Perception check?
Yep. And what's everybody else doing while this is happening? Just waiting?
I'm gonna be keeping Overwatch just in case. Bow, arrow, ready to go.
Concentrating on bless, and then I don't know if that would work. I'm prepping probably sacred flame, so like if I see any of the sandbags moving, like to try and juke one of them.
Flaming sand.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Let
gonna be
me
a thing.
think. Wait. Yep, I am preparing that. That is precisely what I'm doing because I did not roll well on my intelligence check for that.
Nice.
Badger's going to
appreciate
take out this little shoulder kit that he straps on, and he's going to activate it to create his force ballista, just in case.
Okay.
I got a
you
16
got-
on my perception.
Okay. It's a little hole. There is nothing in there other than the bird. You don't see any sign of a trap or anything like that, but it does seem like there's some sort of mechanism.
Okay. So it's like a glass thing on top. It's a hole, and underneath there's something.
Yep. And this doesn't seem like it's a mechanical lock type thing. It seems like it's some sort of piece of artificery. Somebody's made a little magic thing right here.
Oh, gosh. Wait, Badger's an artificer, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Badger, can you come here for a second?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm going to start shimming my way across the rope.
Okay. You also get to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right, where's my saving throws?
If
it's possible for me to assist him.
Oh, hey, you have
Oh,
bless.
no.
You have bless. You are blessed.
Yeah.
But I think he had a natural 1.
No.
No, no, plus
he's
1,
got
sorry.
3.
Okay, 3.
Yeah, no, that's ouch.
Okay.
They help.
So
My bad.
you start going along the rope. The good news is that Van Horn did lessen the impact of that first sandbag. So when it hits you, it doesn't just kind of like gently hit you in the back and you fall into mud. You are now muddy. So you are greasy and muddy now.
Get off my face and head over to Cinnamon.
Okay. Are you getting back on the rope or are you just walking, trudging through the mud?
I'm going to hold on to the rope for balance and in case there's a further hole in the mud to keep myself up.
That's a good plan. So you're going across here. We're going to assume you're going slow enough now that you won't get hit by any more of these sandbags, but they do continually swing at you as you walk. As you get to the far side, you have to kind of like blorp yourself out of the edge of the pit onto the land. And so Badger is like chest down, all mud.
Sorry, took a little bit.
You did really well.
Traffic
There's a
was-
paper bird in here, but there seems to be magic, and I don't really do magic. I just rapier and dagger.
I'm gonna take a look at the whole setup and see if I can't figure out how it opens.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and make an Arcana check?
Arcana. All right.
While they're doing that, can Van Horn and I see how the other team's doing?
Sure. Is one of you going back to the door, or are you going to try to spy from where you're at?
I was gonna spy from where we're at. I
Okay, so
didn't
you're gonna have
want
to make
split
a-
up too much.
No, that's fair. Go ahead and try to make a perception check.
Okay. At disadvantage, I'm guessing.
Because you said it, sure. Yes, I will happily accept you
Okay.
taking disadvantage. Thank you.
Oh, wait, do it on. I always forget to do it on this.
You know, it's all going to work out. It's good though.
Oh man, I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, to be fair, I was kind of thinking about like, it's not going to be fun anyway. So as it is, you look and you cannot really see that door, and the angle is such that what you get to see is you get to see the guy who's holding the tray for the other team. He's got his back kind of turned, and he's chatting to the other presenter, the other test officiant. So it seems very casual in there. Maybe that's what you get out of it, is it doesn't seem like there's any real action, because he seems to be like talking and his hands like going like this, and he's holding his tray very casually.
Okay. I'm gonna shout back at them. Guys, the other team's doing really well. You better hurry up.
That's good. Gotta encourage them. Okay, so with that, we have Badger, this little magic cylinder thing that you've got going here. There's some sort of mechanism, like you think if you got everybody over to the side, like it's like a sensor, then it would go off on its own and it would open up, but you can probably just break it.
I will. Oh, yeah. With the butt of my hand axe, just crack.
Okay, you just go crash and you just break it open.
Sure.
There's a paper bird.
I thought there was magic.
Hand magic. I'll reach in and grab the paper bird.
Great. You have the paper bird in your hand. As you lift it up, it does its flash paper burn away like this. And you're holding a dragon shard. This one is like a very dark violet to the point where it looks almost blue. And there are gleaming veins through it. It looks very much like human veins. And it has a little bit of a pulse. This one's kind of unsettling compared to the other two. As an artificer, especially having rolled earlier, this is a Kyber dragon shard.
All right. Hand it off to Cinnamon and go, Cinnamon, go.
Okay.
I guess
have to
first
navigate the rope. Yes.
Yes.
So you're going to need to make a dexterity saving throw again.
Okay.
Very good. You're almost as fast on the rope as you are when you're just walking. So with that, you just kind of like run across the rope. It's very Legolas in the Lord of the Rings movie style. And then you're at the far side. You've reached Oda and Van Horn. And then you're just dashing.
Yes, dashing.
Perfect.
Wait. I stopped Cinnamon. We need to be together. They said so. Let's get Badger out first, and then let's cross the finish line as a group.
Right.
Good idea.
Yes. I start slodging my way through the mud.
Okay, so you're not even going to get up on the rope. You're just going to slodge all the way across?
I'll try the rope, but I'm not.
Can you zip line across?
What do I think the rope would hold me?
If you did a zip line. Well, the rope is about this high above the mud, right?
No, the top rope.
Okay, let's find out. What do we think ziplining is? Do we think that's acrobatics? Do you guys have a better skill for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Let's do an acrobatics test. Awesome. It's going great. Thump, a bag hits you, and you go into the mud. Splorp.
Climb out, just start slodging my way through the mud out.
Cool. Everybody go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh.
Honestly, you would hope that Badger would be the first one to notice it, but Cinnamon is. Cinnamon, when you look back in concern at your teammate, you see little antennae emerge from the mud and kind of blorp down in Badger's direction. Badger, you feel tiny biting jaws as something is trying to take hold of your leg. Let's see, what's our number here? 2. Oh, it's not that bad.
All right, I kick at it and move faster to get out of the mud.
That's a good plan, and I have made a bite attack at you at a 17. How did that go?
AC is 17 with shield.
Perfect. I am going to now roll damage on you, so you can be hurt by this bite. Okay, you're taking 5 points of damage because something has your boot tightly in its mouth, and you can feel yourself gently being jerked around like this.
Ow.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
You're blessed.
And you're blessed. Oh, it's your leg feels kind of like it's on fire, but also like it's cold at the same time. And you're starting to notice that you can feel one foot normally, and the other one you cannot really feel. So, yeah.
My foot's gone, Mom! There's something biting me!
I'm
Hold
going to
the
point
rope.
at it, and I'm going to say, spit that out right now, and I'm going to cast command.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Yeah. What's our roll there?
So it's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Something that lives in the mud is definitely going to have a high wisdom. Let's see. I'm being facetious. Pardon me. Okay, so we roll. I got an 8. I take it that did not make it.
That did not make it, no.
Badger is released. The jaws pop open. Your foot is now less numb, but you really haven't regained feeling in it.
I just keep going. Actually, no. I'm going to turn and my little shoulder cannon, I'm going to blast at where the mud was. That something
Okay.
was biting.
Okay, you're going to roll, but you're going to have to take disadvantage on the roll because you are shooting into a pit of mud.
Right.
So let's go ahead and roll. Oh, very good, very good. And so one more of those, please, to see if we can do worse than a 20, because that's really good, obviously. All right. Even the second one hits, so that's really good. You did hit, even with the disadvantage. The little antennae go like very suddenly, like very straight, and then blorp like this. And you're no longer being grabbed at. Do you want to roll some damage for that?
7 point. This is force damage.
Okay, I don't think it matters to things that live in the mud like this. They're fine either way. But yeah, you just get like the antennae are like sinking gently into the mud at this point.
The antenna are, or I am.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
This creature is going down.
And
I'm gonna take some rope and like throw it to Badger.
I've
Okay.
already started like pulling the rope so like that we can maybe grab him or
Yes, please help the 14-year-old girl trying to pull the grown man out of the mud.
You're being pulled out of the mud, much like you would imagine your teammates would do once you get stuck in this mud pit. Like if it was like a TV show and you get stuck in the quicksand, it's just like that. So you all get pulled out. Okay, Badger is now free, and you could not possibly be muddier from the armpits down.
only clothing. Let's go. We gotta go.
I'm gonna slap Cinnamon in the back as she runs with guidance.
I'm going to help Badger walk because I'm more than likely at this point he's hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, that's perfect. So your whole team is going. You're getting near the door. You see one person standing there, that hobgoblin wearing all the spiked leather and so forth and the do-rag. He's standing at the door, and he's right inside your red door. So he's not over by the blue door where he would come in and put the thing down. He's standing at your door, and he's making faces at you, and he's like, making gestures and so forth.
Ignore him.
I
Standing
ignore him.
right in the middle of the open doorway.
Oh,
Cool.
I
In the middle?
slide. Oh, I do one of those cool things where I like dive down and like slide in between his legs and come
Yes.
right back up.
Yes. Okay, acrobatics roll. Let's see this.
All right. Okay. Hopefully this will go okay.
Oh,
Okay.
man, you're so good at everything.
Oh
Good
wow.
stuff.
It's
This
just
is
the
such a good team.
acrobatics.
Okay, you go sploop, and you remember that first off, you have all this grease on your shirt. That's going really well in your favor, but also, this is not the first time you've slid through a room. So with that, Cinnamon just goes right through between this guy's legs. And on the other side, you see all 4 members of the other team. They're all running up to their blue door. They are nowhere near you all. You're going to put your crystal right on this salver right away.
Parkour.
Ah,
Your team efficient, they're holding the tray out. Tink, the other team, they get to the door. The halfling raises her fists up, lets out a howl that turns into a curse word. Anybody speak halfling? It sounds bad. If you find, I don't think I'm going to translate on stream. It's that bad. And with that, the other 3 are all, no! no. And yes, I did say there are 4 people in this room because at this point now, everybody's all really upset. The hobgoblin who's standing at this red door goes, poof, and he's gone.
Oh.
But the other
What?
hobgoblin that's in this group of 4, he's still right there. So same guy doing a thing. And with that, there is now a polite golf clap from Tyler as he says, good job, red team, good job. Better luck next time, blue team. Good work. Well, come on in. The test is finished. You won.
Make my way up to those.
Fighting.
And he puts down his tray for a moment, and he picks up a wand, and it's a long, thin, very straight, like you wand, and he points it at you and goes like that. And when he goes like that, confetti pops out, and it goes pop. And then it goes.
Yay!
Red team, you are the winners. Good work.
I'm covered in confetti and mud.
There is confetti stuck to all of your grease and also
And
your
grease.
mud, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
But it's like the big paper confetti. At least it's not like glitter. So there's that.
Yeah.
Well, and now to your prize. And he has a gold disc that has 3 little gem slots in it. He's already put in the 2 gems that you brought earlier. And now he takes your 3rd gem off of the tray. And he says, are you ready? And he puts
Yes.
the gem in.
Inside check. Wait, really fast.
Okay. This is an
Cinnamon
insight
is
check
too
against the
excited.
man
There's
who
no
is holding
insight
the prize. Got it. Okay, here we go.
I think I'm just so
I just-
excited. I'm like, this is money.
I don't know.
Okay. He goes, and it seems fine. Everything seems fine. And he puts the 3rd gem in, and it goes clunk, and nothing happens at all. And he looks a little bit taken aback. The lady who's staying next to him looks at him now like he's just done something incredibly wrong. And he goes, no, just one moment. And he's trying to put the gem in again. One more.
Take a step back.
And she goes, the lady standing next to him turns to him and says, are you sure you've got this? He says, no, it's fine. Let me go back to the preparations area very briefly. I will be right back to your prize. And he walks off and he's holding all of these gems. And the lady who's standing on the stage now goes, okay, it'll be just a minute. There's some water in the back if you're thirsty, and there's some cookies.
Can I insight check when he says that he's gonna be right back? I don't.
Yes.
At this point, I'm not sure if I trust them to deliver on the promise.
That's fair. This is a game. It's great. There's cookies.
I mean, cookies. Ooh.
So in terms of the level of treats and like the quality of refreshments that you're getting at this, I'd like everybody to imagine those very hard baked chocolate chip cookies. The ones you buy in like a package at the grocery store. They're not good, but they are chocolate. And there is water that is in like a big, like it's a clay like pot with like a ladle. So you have a nice clay pot full of water with some, very simple cups and chocolate chip cookies.
Before the lady finishes speaking, Cinnamon is already eating cookies.
It's as it should be. Team Mighty Raptor, the Warforged turns to Badger, who is armpits down mud, sticks out his hand and says, oh, good game.
Let's give it a shake.
Clank, clank, clank. And the halfling walks up to Oda, chin stuck out like this so that they're at Oda's height. Good work.
Thank you. You too. You did lovely. That
She's
was
standing on her
British.
tiptoes. Well, good work anyways. And she turns and walks over to the cookies.
Okay,
The-
boy.
Yep. The rogue with the long white hair and the man bun walks over to Van Horn and says, hey, good work. Did you guys have the doors?
You mean the 5 doors in a row?
There's a lot of doors. He's like trying to shake your hand. What's with all those doors?
I'm going to hesitate just a second about shaking his hand, and I'll do the same thing. I'm going to insight check his handshake. Is he trying to sneakily try to put something on me? Try to
Okay.
take something from me?
I feel like that's going to be a perception check if you want to see if he's going to sleight of hand you.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay. Everything's great.
Shake his hand.
Go ahead and take 10 gold out of your inventory for later. And then, yeah, everything's good.
Like gold.
I know. And I'm thinking at this point, like 10 gold is probably about the most you have. So that's perfect. Okay. So with that, we are out of team members. No, there's still the hobgoblin. The hobgoblin walks way across the room, all the way over to where Cinnamon is eating how many cookies?
So many cookies, all of the cookies.
These are like small cookies. They're not big at all. And he walked all the way across the room. He's wearing this like very biker outfit. Walks up to you and goes, "Hey, good job."
Hi, I'm Cinnamon. Nice to meet you. You did such a good job too. I really like the end effect where you were like, doing the thing. Sorry, I slid between your legs, but really nice job. Do you want a cookie?
I want
She
a
has,
cookie.
like,
Yeah.
a-
I thought it was going to psych you guys out, but it didn't. So all of Team Mighty Raptor has moved over to the water and cookies to this point. Has everybody on Team Ant Eating Hawks also moved over that way?
No,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my prize.
Okay. So you're waiting over by the stage, and the lady who is standing on the stage, she's got like salt and pepperish hair. She's a human woman. She's not exceptionally tall. She's maybe like 5 feet tall. She looks like she's dressed fairly nicely though, and she has a lot of like house emblems attached to her clothing. So with all that, she's like, and she turns to you and says, "I'm sorry this is taking so long."
You think maybe you should go check on him?
Let's go check on him. That's
Honestly,
not
I
a
thought
bad
it would be fairly rude if I was to leave and leave all of you here waiting for your prize. I mean, I'm supposed to be one of the test officiants. This is Tyler's first time doing this. He should be better at this by now.
Take your time.
It's putting a crystal in an apparatus. I mean, how hard can that be?
What if the apparatus was a dud?
That would also reflect poorly on him because he designed it.
How, I don't know if it's accurate, but how often do you guys come across those crystals?
Oh, they're fairly standard crystals in our trade. We build all sorts of artifacts. And if you put these together in the correct configuration, they do all sorts of wonderful things. Like, again, the one that he's building right now would be good for putting inside of a airship or a lightning rail. It's a fairly standard matrix of crystals.
So whatever doodad he has is also fairly common.
Fairly common, like as common as when you see an airship or a lightning rail. Again, you could see one every day, but they cost thousands and thousands of gold pieces.
Any reason this one wouldn't work? Shoddy
Probably because
craftsmanship,
he's probably very bad at what he does. I mean, you heard him giving the instructions for the test. He forgot 2 of the 3 rules immediately. Who would do that? Not me, not the DM. Anyways, that's just my aside.
Yeah.
Why don't we go check up on him? I'm pretty sure people are currently enjoying
Yeah, I've got
snacks.
a cookie left. Gentlemen.
Yes, he also didn't bring very many refreshments either, did he? Okay, there are 8 of you. If, say, you 2 or 3, or, I mean, really, if all 4 of you want to go and go look at the preparations tent and just see if he's still there, I'll just keep an eye on everyone else.
Yeah.
Sure thing. I mean, so like,
Okay, so you just go back here,
Yes,
and it's the tent on the left.
I'm out of cookies.
There were like a dozen cookies for all of you. It did not last.
I thought I could buy cookies with that doodad, but okay.
I had a little half of one. It was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe he has more back there. Let's go find him.
That's true.
Okay, so the lady on the stage has given you like a direction to go back and to the right. And going back there, there's a little tent that's kind of like tucked away in the corner, just like a craft services type tent or like a, like a tech tent. And you go over there and the flaps are closed. It's just a little white tent.
Listening in, any sounds of him struggling.
Let's see. I wouldn't want to take a roll away from you. Why don't you go ahead and make a roll?
Perception?
Yeah. Ooh, you're so good at this. Before you even get nearby, you're fairly certain there's nothing going on in there. By the time that you actually get up next to the tent, you're certain there's no one inside that tent.
I bust in.
You bust in, and when you bust in, the tent is empty. There is a table, like a bare workstation table, just totally bare.
We've been duped. He's gone.
We got cheated.
Any exit on the other side of the tent?
Any exit on the other side of the tent? Let's say yes.
I rush.
Okay,
Blindly.
so you just go through the opposing flaps and you throw them open, and there's like a soft path, like a soft gravel path that goes off, and you can see the gentle indents of somebody who's walking away at a fairly casual pace.
Are they showing up as somebody's walking, like he's invisible?
Good question. So no, this has been however long it took you all to eat 12 cookies. It's been about that long he's been gone.
So according to Cinnamon, maybe like 5 seconds.
Yeah, with Cinnamon, it's like as soon as she got over there, that interaction where everybody shook hands, by the end of that, all the cookies were gone and he had disappeared.
Alrighty. I look around. Do I have any sign of him, or is he just not there at all?
Perception check. If you guys want to make a survival check for tracking, any of that sounds good.
I'm gonna shift so I get into my more bestial, so I get advantage on perception
Nice. Sounds like a good plan.
or survival. Sorry.
Oh man, what is it with me in these rolls? Okay. So the good news is Badger has the sign. Everybody else, like, despite this being a fairly easy path to follow, there's this part where it goes onto flat flagstones and you would have lost it. But Badger, there is a slight scent trail. This man wears a distinctive kind of vanilla cologne, and you can smell him as you are walking across this path. He's not far off.
Follow the trail. Follow the
Yeah,
smell.
You're going down the way, and there's like a little landing where it goes down, and they've got a water canal that's dug. And in this water canal, you see a little boat going down the stream in front of you. There's a person who's poling the boat, and you see Tyler sitting there with the back of his little square cut, shaved side head, just sitting in the boat as the boat goes down this water canal.
How far away would you say they are?
At this point, probably about 50 feet, maybe 60 feet. It's a little ways.
The voice carries far, correct?
Oh yeah, you could yell 60 feet, right?
I'm
sure
gonna
you could.
yell at him. Thief!
How
He
far is
doesn't say
command?
anything. That's a good question. So Tyler just kind of like slinks his shoulders down a little bit. So it's like he's trying to hide without moving at all. And let's find out about command.
Command is 60 feet. So I'm gonna shout, "Get back here!"
Okay. You shout that. And I'm not going to make you spend a spell slot or anything like that, because the problem is the canal's water, like the path is propelled by the water itself. So despite the fact the Pullman stops, the boat just keeps going. It's not going fast, but it is still going.
Well, there's one of the things that you can do with command is it's like approach, which means that they have to come towards you with that turn. I don't know if that's.
I think the only hard part is the fact that he's in a boat and the boat's being propelled by the water. So even though he hasn't done anything more, the boat's still going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give chase to a boat.
Cinnamon's gonna turn back to Van Horn and says, "Can you do that rope arrow thing again?"
I mean, yeah.
Pachunk. Let's see this happen. Oh, it's still so good. You were so good at shooting a bow. I don't know if this is what you envisioned with this character when you first rolled them up, but I mean, look at this. Rolling these shots. Okay. The arrow goes flying, and you hear it get a thunk as it gets a real purchase in the back of the boat. It is firmly lodged in that canal boat.
That rope is getting reeled back. Oh, I got
Okay.
a big one.
Yes.
We've got to make an athletics skill check, skill challenge. This is going to be everybody rolling athletics, and we have to get more than half successes in order to pull this boat back towards you. Okay, so we got one. The difficulty is only 10, so we're 1 on, 1 off, and we got to get 2 more. Okay, we're 2 good. Oh,
I was gonna, yeah, no, even guidance wouldn't help with that.
you're not making any headway. And the worst part is it's like you guys are pulling, and you're pulling against the current. Your arms getting really tired, especially after that rope wall or the wall you had to climb and everything like that. Tyler says, "Oh, for Pete's sake!" And he turns and he cuts the rope, and it goes wah, and the boat just starts very gently drifting on as it goes.
My rope.
Can we run along the bank next to the
I was
boat?
gonna say.
Yeah, you can do that.
Run and jump into the boat.
Oh, I'm totally doing this. Yes.
Want to see that?
Okay. So it's going to take you a couple of rounds, but this boat is going slowly, and there's really nothing that is stopping you. So let's just make a boat jumping in check.
Yes. I do have that thing again where when I do a running jump, I get like 4 more feet or something.
Obviously, that definitely applies to this. Let's go ahead and just make a check. And we're going to say you have to beat a 12.
What kind of roll? Acrobatics? I thought.
Acrobatics. Is there more than one person jumping into this boat? Because now I'm very curious to find out. How many people want to get into the boat?
Me too.
Oh, wow.
I'll stay on the side. I'm
You're
good.
the smallest one.
I'll man the fort.
Okay.
We need someone
okay.
on the side if there's a waterfall or something.
Just our luck.
That's
There's gonna be one.
Yeah, true.
That's the best designed canal ever. I love that. Okay, so it's going so well. You're running. You are all getting up there. You get right back in the back of the boat. Tyler says,
Running along the side.
yeah, as you're all getting there, he goes, "Oh my gosh, can you not tell when you've been duped? Get out of my boat."
Do we
Give
see
us our
device?
prize.
You know what? Fine, take your prize. And he pushes a button on the side of the contraption. Here you go. And he tosses it. Who's going to catch it?
I can definitely try and catch it, but it would be even funnier if more than one of us tried at the same time.
That's a very good point.
All right, we'll both try and catch it.
Okay, acrobatics again. Oh, you both catch it at the same time.
Aha!
Ah.
What's going on with him? Now he chugged that at us.
He's just sitting with his arms crossed in the back of his canal boat, as you are all now standing in the front of the canal boat next to the commanded polist boat punter who can't move. So with all that going on, this is a little it's a disc. It's like a round circle, like a discus of gold, and it has 3 gems set in it. The gems are all giving off like this gentle glow and pulse like this. And now little magic sigils all over the disc are flaring up with a bright golden light.
Should we pull the thing out so it stops?
You can try that.
Yeah, just in case.
I mean, you probably know more about this than I do better. But before any, you know what? I'm gonna let go and just end it to Cinnamon. Can you guys figure this out?
Why don't you go ahead and make
I'll take a look at it, see what it takes to stop it from activating.
I hand it to Badger, and then I turn to Tyler. I'm like, "You are a," and I don't know any curse words, so I'm just like, "a very bad man."
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Of course.
I always wanted to say that.
And that barking dog too.
That's a very good point. Thank you so much.
my
I really
God.
appreciate that, Kate. So with this, we have gotten a good Arcana roll. So again, this is the kind of thing that powers lightning rails and it powers airships. The way it does that is by summoning air elementals, and it is on. So now, go ahead and roll initiative.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that is going to be unpleasant. Okay, nothing. Sorry, no commentary on my part. All right. Can you guys real quick? Let's see. We've got Van Horn's got a 20. Let's see. Cinnamon had an 8. Okay, Badger also has an 8. And then Oda's got a 5. Okay, let's start this up. Van Horn, an air elemental. You see that like burst of air, that foggy presence as something is being summoned right here in the center of the circle, and it is rapidly growing. And in just a moment, it's bigger than you. It's just not massive. It doesn't weigh anything, but it's big, and you can feel the wind whipping at your hair. How cool does your hair look when it's being blown around in the wind like this?
Well, my hair is really short, but my bandana is just going behind my head.
Yeah.
It's
Just like streaming back like a very tiny cape.
yes, a
Awesome.
head cape.
Yes. We're the best at describing things. We really win that game. Awesome. So with that, your bandana is like flickering back like this. And what are you going to do?
I mean, I can only assume that that thing is keeping the air elemental tame, or I will delay my action until it does something that's aggressive.
Okay, very good. So in this area, it's space size. Okay, in this boat, Van Horn, Cinnamon, and Badger have to make strength saving throws as this creature begins to whirl and it gathers its body together to make a gigantic whirlwind. Strength saving throw difficulty is 13.
Oh, not my best.
Ouch.
Oh.
Okay, so really it's just Badger. Cinnamon and Van Horn did great. So Badger, I do hate the fact that you're the only person who gets damaged by anything that's happening in this game, and I'd like to blame the dice for it.
It happens.
You are getting thrown out of the boat and off to the side. You're going to take a bunch of damage. You take 15 damage.
Oof.
And yes, you have struck a building. You have now just hit like a small warehouse next to this small canal.
Well, I fall unconscious. Like, what?
Unpleasant.
Oh.
Unpleasant. So the rest of you, however, you're holding on the boat in some way. What's Van Horn doing to keep from being blown out of this boat?
I'm sorry, again, say that again? I didn't hear what you said.
No, it's okay. What's Van Horn doing to keep from being blown out of the boat? Like, are you holding on, or what's your method?
The device is still within Cinnamon's hands, correct?
I
With
think
Badger.
Badger had it, but Badger's now dropped it in the center of the boat.
I will jump out of the boat.
Okay, so you've
In the
jumped out of the
water.
boat. Okay, into the water. Got it. And how about Cinnamon? Cinnamon, how are you holding in there?
I kind of drop down and grab on to the side of the boat. And what else? I'm gonna try and put my hand also on the device. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's your turn now. So what do you want to do from there?
Turn down my gain a little bit first. So what's attacking us? The air elemental?
That's right.
I'm gonna try and take one of the stones out of the thing to see if
Yep.
it stops everything.
Okay, great. You reach down, you grab a stone, and I think you're just gonna make a Constitution saving throw.
8.
Okay, Give me just a second. I'm totally prepared in all times and all ways. Yep. Okay, so you're getting pushed out of the boat. You're going to take... You get pushed out of the boat. You take 6 thunder damage. So you get blown back out of the boat and across to the edge of the canal.
Ouch.
So we are now out of people inside the boat. We're going to... Let's see. Do you have anything else you want to do there with your turn?
Could I have taken the box with me?
You mean the little discus?
Yes.
I feel
The
like
device.
because of the failed saving throw, it's blown you back.
Okay.
Okay. Anything other than?
No.
Okay. So let's move on. Badger gets to make a death saving throw. It's going to be totally fine. This is 1 out of 3. Life's great. Cool. Now, the good news is you're fine, because when you hit those negative hit points, they don't go anywhere. You're just at 0, and you're going to stay at 0. And you've got 1 successful death save out of 3, so everything's super great. Life is so awesome. And with that, now that we move on, we're going to go to Oda's turn.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action. I'm going to cast Healing Word just at first level on Badger. So it's not going to be a lot, but it's just going to be that's 7 points of
Yep. Okay, so Badger's at 7. That's cool. Doesn't have to worry about death saving throws at all.
And then for my action, for my movement, I'm moving with the boat. I'm not stopping. I'm continuing.
Absolutely.
My action, I'm gonna hold. Do we see the air elemental?
Oh yeah, it's a big cloud. It looks like a big tornado, like in a Tasmanian Devil cartoon.
Okay, I'm going to hold my quarterstaff until it attempts to hit me or any of my friends.
Okay, got it. We will work on that once it gets a turn back. Right now we're back at Van Horn.
I'm in the water.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is the boat from me?
So you're at half movement because you're in water, but you're close enough that you can do this in this round without using a bonus action or anything.
I just need to know how far away I am, though.
Let's say 15 feet.
Mage hand.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to grab the disc and just
Grab the disc.
but just move it out of the boat, out of his reach. We'll deal with a tornado when we get it out of his reach.
Right. So it goes up and over the boat, and Tyler goes, "Well, that's just rude." And it flies up, and now it's coming towards you. And he's still sitting cross-armed in the boat as the boat just continues drifting down the canal.
And then I angle it just right so the wind pushes me.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna let him go further away. We can deal with him later if we want to.
He didn't even
Alright.
stand up. He's just going.
How's his hair in the window?
It does not look good. He has that thing where his hair was real square cut, so it does flies up like this, and it makes it look like he has a comb over, because he does. So yeah, now it's really standing on end on one side.
Okay, so my guess is at the moment I can't deposit that on either one on the shore. It's currently held aloft in the air, correct?
Yeah, unless you wanted to hold it yourself. I mean, are you saying you'd want to try to hand it off to Oda?
I want to put it on the ground somewhere, not in the water, so that we can deal with it.
Okay. Are you going to go Oda and Badger's side or the other side?
I'm gonna go on the side where everybody is, so that we can actually physically reach out to it.
Yeah. That's a good
Otherwise,
plan.
we'd have to jump across or get wet.
Yeah, that sounds like it would take time. Okay, so you put it down. Everything's great. The circle is on the ground, which makes it now the creature's turn again. I'm going to roll a whirlwind recharge. So let me see if I can do this. I got to roll a 4 through 6. Yep, he's back to whirlwinding. So everybody who is now staying on that side of the water, let's say Oda. It's really just Oda. Oda, you have to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength
this,
saving throw. Oh yeah.
You gotta
Oh
make a
yeah.
Oh, you did
wow.
it handily. Very nice. What is the secret to this? Why is Oda so good at strength saving throws against whirlwinds?
I don't Well, I didn't have to do one the first time because I wasn't in the boat, but now.
Oda, they just wrong.
Yeah.
It worked.
Just
So
running
the air
fast.
elemental, yeah, there's like a disruption. Like it has like two big eye socket type holes that look kind of like frowny faced at this. Like, they're like turning down. It's upset by the fact that it didn't knock you into the canal like it was trying. So with that, yep, no damage. That worked out just great. And let's continue on. I believe it is now Cinnamon's turn.
All right, just to recap where everybody is. Van Horn has the device.
Nope, the device is on the ground near Oda.
Oh, okay. And
But he
Tyler's
kind
still
of
in the
has
boat.
it, right?
Tyler's still in the boat, floating along.
Yep.
And the air elemental is somewhere.
Right next to Oda.
Right next to Oda. Can am I on the other side of the river from Oda?
Did I say that? I don't recall what I said.
I
Let's
don't
say
recall
no,
what
if not.
said.
Let's say everybody's on the same side, because otherwise,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to go after the air elemental. So
Yes.
I will attack it with my rapier.
Okay.
And go. That's a 9.
Okay. Is the rapier at a 9? Let's see. No, it does not hit. Because
All
you're not
right.
really sure what part of the air elemental you're supposed to hurt. So it just really doesn't do much.
I'm going to use my bonus action because I have 2 weapon fighting and hit it with my dagger
Awesome.
and try that 17.
Yes, that is a hit.
And so that's 7 damage. No sneak attack, I'm assuming, because it's a bonus. No?
I mean, you haven't hit yet this round either way, right? So you could do it.
All right, then. So 7 plus
Okay.
4.
Yeah, so here's the downside. As you are poking this air elemental, you realize that it's not very substantial. So despite the fact that you have poked it and you know that you poked it, it doesn't seem to have a lot of purchase for that dagger. Was it dagger?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just fighting air.
You're fighting air, most literally. But the good news is that Badger is up, and Badger now gets Badger's turn.
Shake off. So I can see that this thing's floating in the middle of the air now. All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna, for my action, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on it in the blue shimmering.
Okay, now there's a save there, right?
It does get a save, I believe.
What type is it?
I believe it's a dexterity. Yes.
Ooh, okay. And what's the number we're trying to hit?
13.
Oh, I did not make it. Good show. It is
So-
all fair. Yeah.
So now
So
it's
this thing,
surrounded by blue shimmering flames.
right, and it's roughly tornado shaped. So now you have it looks like one of those like bottle effects. Everything's swirled up and it's basically like a big glitter swirl. It's very pretty, just also trying to hurt you all. So yeah, that's right there. You've done a great job.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to direct my little shoulder cannon to blast it.
Yes, awesome. Okay, nice. And are you going to roll one more time for advantage?
Yes.
Okay, so 19's great. You definitely hit. And what type of damage are you doing?
It's force damage.
Okay, awesome.
And if it's hit, it gets pushed 5 feet away from the cannon.
Oh, very nice.
So 6 points of force damage.
6 points. Okay, and it's kind of sliding the air elemental away from the disc and along like parallel to the canal. As it gets farther away from the disc, it also seems to get a little bit less substantial. Like it seems to get wispier, and you can see there's like less fairy fire at that point.
So
Okay.
it's down to the disc, so it's got to be close to it.
And now we move on to Oda's turn.
Okay, so seeing this, I'm gonna stop running. I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna try and get the air elemental, and I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds at first level.
Okay.
Cool. I don't know how to. Is it okay if I I don't know how to.
You can do it manually if that's what you're comfortable with. That's no problem at all.
It's fine. I'll do it. Do that. Nope. I'm confused. I'm just gonna. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, just roll a d20 and add your spell attack bonus.
Ooh.
You get advantage.
Ooh.
Fire.
Yeah, that's right. It is
Ooh, I
advantage.
get advantage.
Good point.
Oh.
Yes, good job, Harold.
That's
Any attack roll.
good because okay, that's better. So that's an 18 to hit.
Very nice. You've done it. Now you need to roll your incredible amounts of damage.
Okay. Oh. No. Okay. That's 17
Wow.
points of
ouch.
necrotic damage.
So mean. Okay. Very cool. The air elemental, it's like it kind of like buzzes and vibrates for a moment as it gets hit with that. Like it kind of shakes for a moment and then it pulls itself back together.
Okay.
Okay. Any bonus action stuff or are we moving on?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. Okay, we're back to the top. Van Horn's turn.
I would like to swim to shore.
Great. You have done that.
What's my position compared to the air elemental? Am I
you're a
with
little
the
bit-
group or am I on the other side?
If you want to be, you're with the group and you'd be about where Badger is. And then Cinnamon and Odor are just a little bit further up, I think.
I'm gonna go where Badger is. Make sure he's okay, because I saw him just hit a building.
Yep.
Alright, you can you defuse that thing?
I think if we get it away from get it away from the disc or the disc away from it, it will return to where it was pulled from. We need to get the disc away.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. How far away am I from the disc?
How far away are you? You could easily make it this round.
I'd like to go there. Here's the thing, movement-wise, I don't want to do too much movement as well. I want to still stay within 30 feet. I would like to go there, grab the disc, and use my bonus action to dash away in the opposite direction.
Yeah, very doable.
Let's do this.
Okay, so you grab the disc with your hand, yes?
Yes,
Great. Make a Constitution saving throw.
of course. 16.
16 is very good. So with that, there is like a jolt of electricity that goes through your hand, but you're fine. Everything's fine. You've got to take a baby amount of damage here. Let's see. We're going to take this damage and then we're going to half it. So we're doing 2d8. Dice are rolling. It's happening. Okay, so you take 3 points of damage as you like get that jolt in your hand, but you're holding the disc and you run the opposite direction.
Yes.
Okay, let's find out what the movement of an air elemental is. Is there anything else in your turn? Okay, why don't you go ahead and roll 3d10 for me? Awesome. Okay, so here's what's happening. You run and you've made a lot of distance, and because of the fairy fire, you can see there's like this trail that goes between the air elemental and the disc, and it starts getting stretched real thin and the particles start separating out, and it's getting really, really far apart, and you can feel in your hand, it's like there's this rubber band that's about to snap, and with all that tension that's right there, you got pretty far, but the air elemental at the last minute just zooms forward. It's so much faster than you expected, and it's right on top of you now as it goes flying full force at you, and it is going to attack you now. And just try to knock you right into the canal. Okay, it rolled a 13. Does that hit you?
Haha, it does not.
Okay, so it goes careering past you, turns around about face, and now it's coming back at you the other way. And it's going to make one more attack. Okay, that's a 10, so it really doesn't hit you. I mean, this thing is lit up like a Christmas tree, so you can see it really easily, and it's just gone straight at you, straight back, and you're just dodging out of the way. But it's right in front of you again, so you've lost that pull effect you had. Let's move on to Cinnamon's turn.
Going right back at this, at the air elemental.
Okay.
So it's still lit up by the fairy fire, correct?
Oh yeah, very
All
much
right.
so.
So first attack with the rapier. Do I have advantage, or is this just for
You do.
Okay. Roll just to make sure. Oh, critical hit!
Boom.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 17 plus 11. Nice.
Okay. That is so much damage I can't even figure it out. So what do we got here?
So 11.
17. Okay, I see what you mean now. I get it
Yeah.
now. 28. Okay.
And
Now-
I would also like to use my bonus action for the 2-weapon
okay, let's
as
do
well,
that.
please. Okay. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's
Another 8, is that right?
8. Yes.
Okay, so we add another 8 in here. You can tell that your very powerful strikes just aren't as powerful against this air elemental, but you did a really good job. You went straight through the middle of it and then straight through the middle of it again. It's not, you can tell because of the fairy fire, it's not as corporeal, as present as it was before. Okay, shall we move on to Badger?
All right. He's gonna pull out from one of his pockets a little device, which he's gonna push a button on and then drop it on the ground. It's gonna turn into a mini little trebuchet and then fling itself at the air elemental. This is my catapult spell that I'm gonna cast.
Nice.
So
Okay. Unfortunately, this thing is really good at dex save, so let's see how this goes. Oh, no. Yeah, no. It just kind of like does that thing where its middle opens up, like it like separates out, so it's a big donut, and the catapult goes right through it.
right.
Now, is there a secondary effect or anything like that?
No, there's no secondary.
Okay, so that was your action. Do you have a bonus?
Yes, I will direct my little cannon to fire again
Yeah.
with advantage.
Yep. Okay, so you definitely hit it
On a 5?
on the 19. No, sorry, that's my 19.
That's your.
You have to roll one more time because it's
Yep.
advantage, right?
Yes, I'm doing that. Ah,
Oh
well.
man. Okay. Rough round.
That's all right.
Yep. So we'll move on to Oda.
Yes, I'm going to use my quarterstaff. I don't know why that took so long to come up with. And try to hit it.
Okay. So you've got advantage, so you do hit it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Just click the name and it'll give it to you.
Oh, okay. I wait.
So if you just do a left click where
First
it says
one
quarter
does
staff.
the okay. So the first thing is the damage. So it did 9 damage. Okay, ignore the second roll. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's good. So you got the 9 and the 16, which are your advantage rolls. And if you click the name quarterstaff two-handed with a left click on the mouse, it'll give you your damage.
Ah,
There you
got
go.
it. Thank
got it.
you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so the quarterstaff whizzes through it again. That's just not the most forceful attack against it. You can feel it's just kind of like passing through the wind. But you did definitely hit it. Anything else you're going to do?
Bonus action, spiritual weapon, the apple trees again.
Boom, apple tree. Okay, let's go ahead and roll a spiritual weapon apple attack.
Okay. That's 13 plus so 19.
Yes,
To
that's a
hit.
hit. Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then that's gonna do 1d8. So oh wow. 14 points of force damage.
Wow. Okay. There is not very much substance left to this air elemental. It's just like random sparkles, kind of like in the outline of an air elemental at this point. And it's Van Horn's turn. So Van Horn, what are you going to do?
I mean, running kind of worked. It went fizzy a little bit, so I want to run the other way again and just see if I can pull on the thing and.
Okay. And at this point, what you feel is you feel that tug, and it's like it's really taut for just a second, and then pop. And all those sparkles just kind of go rain down, and everybody kind of gets covered in shimmery glitter for just a second as the fairy fire hits down to the ground, and there is no more sign of the air elemental, and the contraption kind of stills, and all the lights go out, and the gems aren't glowing brightly anymore.
What about the wind itself?
No wind.
Where's Tyler?
Where's the boat?
The boat's about 60 feet down that way as the like paralyzed punter is still sitting in the front and Tyler's still sitting there, arms crossed. You run down and he's still sitting in the boat, just kind of pouting. Well, what are you going to do about it now? Hair is like this, of course. Like,
We're all jogging as we talk.
that's right, that's right. So he's just standing here. Well, what are you going to do now? You got your prize. Good job.
What should we do with him?
I say we bring him back to the lady, and maybe he's going to be able to be punished according to his station.
I think you should let me enjoy my boat ride. It's all I've got to look forward to now.
No.
I'm going to
No.
move my spiritual weapon over, and I'm just gonna have a little apple bonk him on the head.
All right, I see your point. Fine. And he stands up, arms still crossed, gets out of the boat very shakily onto the shore. Fine, let's go.
I'm gonna toss a coin to the paralyzed guy, like in the boat. Sorry for your trouble.
As he just continues drifting down the canal. That's great.
Wait, why is he paralyzed?
Didn't he get commanded to stop? Isn't he still commanded to?
Oh, it only lasts like an action.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It
Well, he
was
just-
funnier that way.
He's just figured this out now.
Yeah,
and he
it's
goes,
just
"Oh,
around.
thank you." And he just continues punting down the canal. It's a good thing somebody said something to him. Maybe he's just very obedient.
Have a nice day.
Yep, you too. Bye.
It was nice to meet you. My name's Cinnamon.
I think his name is Michael.
Michael Mycroft, something like that, right? That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
We head back to the competition location.
Yes.
You go back to the competition location. When you walk back into the main room, the halfling turns to you all and says, "Did you find more cookies?"
No,
Oh.
but we found this very bad man.
It's the same man.
Yeah, but now he's bad. Is the lady still around?
She's like standing by the edge of the stage going, "Don't worry, this is all just fairly normal. That you don't win just because the other team leaves. I've told you that's not how the competition works."
Plus,
And,
we have the
and
prize.
look, they're here. No, you didn't win. It's not that sort of competition.
We'll frog march him back to the lady.
She says, "Was he trying to run away with the device?" And
Yeah, he took off.
right, okay. Congratulations, you've won, and you already have the prize, so you could
Punished?
just. I'll see to that. He will definitely have a fine, probably some sort of sanction.
That would
You
be-
know, I think that would be pretty good. Probably community service in the lower rings.
Tyler looks like, no. And so she's like, maybe that. Maybe he could build some sort of trash cleaning robot or something like that. Yes.
Very brilliant.
I think he should do it by hand, but that's just me.
No, definitely not. Oh, no. Well, I will take that into consideration. And you already have your prize, so congratulations. I looked in the tent. There are not more cookies.
Oh,
Yay, we won!
yay!
Good job, Red Team. Good job, ant-eating hawks. Well done. Well done. Tyler says, yes, well done. Well done. And the other team's like, yeah, good game. Good game.
I'm gonna be confused and clap as well.
Well, you did win. I mean, you should clap for yourself. That is valid, right? And with this, we conclude our Paper Birds one-shot where you all, the red team, did win and also apprehend the bad guy. It was very good. You all did so very well. I would like to take this opportunity to have everybody go around and talk about yourselves and all the wonderful things you do and things that you think people should know about. And we're going to start with Kate.
Hello, my name is Kate. I am the DM for D20 Air. I apologize, I kind of said some of this in the beginning. But we're a D&D Homebrew 5e campaign. It's super fun. You should come check us out. We're playing Sunday, and we play a lot.
Wonderful, wonderful. It was so good playing with you. We're going to continue. We're going to continue around this clockwise and go to Gambit.
Alrighty, I do play on the weekend on Saturdays where I play a cleric of knowledge. It's challenging for me because I'm not really big on casters usually, but my little nerd is doing a great job. And I believe my link for Twitter came into chat, so if you want to follow me and see when I stream, go right ahead and do so.
Very nice. Thank you. And we're going to keep going around the circle to Harold.
I am Harold. I'm currently in a few play-by-post games on Discord, but I am currently lacking a regular weekly game, so I'm going to keep looking around and see if I can find one.
There you go. And you can show people this and say, like, look how good I am at playing D&D. You know, I made it through this whole game. It's very good. I want to thank Badger for being the one who took all the damage like this entire game. Just such a trooper for the entire thing. I feel bad when I single somebody out like that, especially when I don't mean to, but
it happens. It's all good. It's part of the game.
It was real good. It was real good. Okay, we're going to continue around the circle to Faye, my illustrious partner in crime.
Hello, I'm Faye Kai. Thank you, Scrat. Thank you, Alice. And I'm sorry you're not feeling well. And thank you, Hans, for stepping up and running this one shot on very short notice. And thank you, everybody who is here today to play with us. You guys were all great. And put up with Cinnamon's horrible cheeriness. You can find me on Twitter at Captain Faye Kai. And on my other D&D podcasts, I play on one at How the Quest, and the other is at Misfits_Guide. And also I'm here Wednesday nights playing Shards of Sybaris.
I have no idea how to say it myself. I just say it the way that I think it says. So I'm Hans. My name is up here, which is also my Twitter handle. And if you guys follow me, great. And you will see some of the stuff I do. And I also do a Witcher game on Sundays. So if you want to check out my schedule, you can see me. That's on Salty Sweet Games. Otherwise, really what you should do is follow Scratticus. Come back here for all the antics that are happening with all these great viewer games and let things like this happen. And also check out Alice, because Alice is a usual DM here. So much better at doing this. Just really a force. And additionally, there's a dragon at some point when we play this game next. It's going to be bad. It's going to be like one of those things you're going to have to watch just to see how many people can get eaten by a dragon in one round. My answer is all of them.
Bad. Dragons are never bad.
Yeah. Big red dragon. We have no idea what's happening next time, of course. We're just in an airship flying towards some sort of like apocalypse beacon on the horizon as a red dragon stalks us. So luckily, none of you had to deal with that this week. You got to deal with a race and a lack of cookies. I feel better about that personally. Scrat, am I handing this over to you? Okay, I'm going to assume that was a voice in my head that like nobody on the stream gets to hear, but Scrat was here and said that as these credits roll, he's going to do stuff. So with that, thank you all for watching Shards of Sybaris in this very interesting different thing that we did. And again, thanks to all of these wonderful players who are so awesome, made this thing work.
Thank you, Hans.
Yeah, my pleasure. And with that, don't forget to do all of the things you usually do when you like a Twitch channel and stick around. Bye, everyone.
Oh, hi everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into that game there. Please check out our sponsors as the credits roll. Hero Forge for all of your magical miniature needs. Also check out Mage Hand Press, who make expansions for 5e. All sorts of wonderful things. If you like D&D and you like space, you should check out their Dark Matter book. Now available in hardback. Their PDFs are now 25% off on their website. Also check out the Deck of Many. You can find the Deck of Many tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST when we'll be playing the Humblewood campaign, where small woodland creatures try and save the forest from catching fire. And our newest sponsor, check out Dungeon Fog for all of your map making needs. Not only can you create maps over there, the map will dynamically generate GM notes for you. So as you add elements to the map, you will have notes created for those elements. And if you head over there and use our special code SCRATAC, you'll get a 10% discount off of their subscriptions. We are going to go on a raid. Please join us for that raid. And as always, keep on evoking emotions.